As of August 19, 2024, the situation of the armed forces of Ukraine continues to deteriorate rapidly in all directions of the front, including the Kursk region. According to war correspondents, the Ukrainian army continues to retreat rapidly in the Donbass and suffers huge losses in manpower and equipment, including in the Kursk region. So, a few minutes ago, the Ministry of Defense of the Russian Federation officially announced the liberation of the strategically important settlement of Sverodonovka, in the Pokrovsk direction of the front. In addition, it also became known about the liberation by Russian troops of the settlements of Zavatnoye and Novoshelinoye, which are also located in the Pokrovsk direction of the front. Thus, in the last 72 hours, the Russian army has captured 3 settlements, which can be considered a new world record. Before that, the armed forces of Ukraine had never surrendered settlements to the Russian army so quickly. In the Kursk direction of the front, the armed forces of Ukraine continue to suffer huge losses in manpower and equipment, in almost all areas of the combat contact line. So, a few minutes ago, war correspondents confirmed that on August 18, 2024, the Ukrainian High Military Command withdrew several battalions from the brigades of armed forces of Ukraine, located in the Kursk region. This was done due to heavy losses in manpower and equipment. It is reported that in 10 days of fighting, these battalions of the armed forces of Ukraine were almost completely destroyed. According to available data, the Ukrainian High Military Command has withdrawn several battalions from the 22nd Separate Mechanized Brigade, the 82nd Separate Airborne Assault Brigade, and the 61st Separate Mechanized Brigade of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. At the moment, the Ukrainian General Staff has begun to bring into battle the reserves of the armed forces of Ukraine from the second echelon, which indicates that the Ukrainian army is suffering huge losses in manpower almost every day. It is reported that in 2 weeks of fighting, the Ukrainian armed forces lost more than 5,000 soldiers and 534 units of military equipment in the Kursk region. By the way, currently, Western journalists are showing with encouragement the footage of the units of the armed forces of Ukraine that enter the Kursk region through the border crossing. At the same time, these stupid journalists for some reason do not tell the Western audience that these are the reserves of the armed forces of Ukraine that are being sent to the Kursk region in order to replenish the composition of the destroyed first invasion group of the Ukrainian army, which numbered more than 10,000 soldiers. Therefore, it can be assumed that these reserves of the armed forces of Ukraine, which are currently entering the Kursk region to restore the battered battalions of the armed forces of Ukraine, will be destroyed by Russian troops much faster. Commenting on the situation in the Kursk region, the commander of Spetsnaz Akhmat, General Abdi Yaladanov, said that all the soldiers of the armed forces of Ukraine who entered the Russian territory are being rapidly destroyed. According to him, over the past 24 hours, in only one section of the Kursk region, the armed forces of Ukraine lost 50 soldiers and 12 units of heavy equipment. At the same time, he noted that the number of Ukrainian soldiers willing to surrender is also rapidly growing every day. As of August 19, 2024, there are battles only in a few areas in the Kursk region. In particular, fierce fighting is being recorded in the area of the settlements of Koronivo and Algovka. Over the past day, in only one small area of the Kursk region, fighters of the Spetsnaz Akhmat have destroyed 50 Ukrainian nationalists, 4 infantry fighting vehicles, 2 tanks, and 6 pickups, General Abdi Yaladanov said. The commander of Spetsnaz Akhmat also noted that in recent days, Ukrainian soldiers have been attacking the positions of Russian troops mainly on foot, which indicates that the units of the armed forces of Ukraine no longer have enough equipment in the Kursk region. Nevertheless, despite heavy losses in manpower and equipment, the Ukrainian High Military Command continues to throw reserves into the Kursk region, ordering them to go forward regardless of losses. All this indicates that Zelensky is going all in the Kursk region, seeking to gain a foothold in the occupied territories and prove to his masters in Washington that their continued investment of huge amounts of money in a project called "To the Last Ukrainian" is worth it. Meanwhile, Western military experts from numerous Russophobic think tanks regretfully admitted that the invasion of the Kursk region by the Ukrainian army did not force the Russian command to begin transferring its troops from Donbass. While the armed forces of Ukraine are spending their last reserves trying to hold their positions in the Kursk region, the Russian army continues to rapidly advance not only in the Pokrovsk, but also in the Toretsk directions of the front. Moreover, Western analytical centers, including the Russophobic Institute for the Study of War, admitted that despite the invasion of the Kursk region by the armed forces of Ukraine, the Russian High Military Command continues to strengthen its troops in Donbass. In particular, American military experts confirmed that the Russian command deployed its new army in the Toretsk direction of the front, which significantly strengthened the offensive actions of Russian troops in Donbass. It is reported that the Russian command restored and significantly strengthened the legendary 51st Soviet Army, and sent units of this army to the Toretsk direction of the front, as a result of which, Russian troops managed to liberate the settlement of Zaleznoye, and enter the city of Toretsk from 3 directions at once, which allowed the Russian soldiers to launch the main phase of the assault on this strategically important city. According to military experts, the new 51st Army of the Russian Federation includes the 132nd Motorized Rifle Brigade, the 9th Motorized Rifle Brigade, as well as the legendary battalions Sparta and Somalia from the 1st Army Corps of the Donetsk People's Republic. In addition, this army received the most modern military equipment, including artillery systems and combat aircraft. According to many American experts, the new 51st Army is a formidable force, especially considering the fact that this army contains the most experienced brigades and battalions, fighting in Ukraine since 2014. Many independent American experts and analysts regretfully admitted that the 51st Army of the Russian Federation can rightfully be considered the deadliest and most combat-ready in the whole world. And judging by what is happening in Donbass right now, soon everyone will know about the impressive achievements of the 51st Army of the Russian Federation.